Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Tesla weekly video for today. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend so far. Now, it's been a pretty quiet week for Tesla, so I'll keep it as short as possible. I do want to have, a conversation with myself and the camera, but you in the comment section below can, of course, share your thoughts, expectations on the 1010 event, the Robotaxi event. That will be after we go over all the numbers from China, from the United States, and from Europe. Now, to start it off, we had a pretty good week for Tesla, and I think for the overall stock market as well. We are reaching a previous resistance point that was reached here back in July. We did also fill that gap that happened here at the end of July, and RSI is high, but still not overbought just yet. Yes, I know the overall market might be due for a small pullback because, things have been going quite well for a lot of stocks. So don't be surprised when you see some red days. I'm not saying there's going to be red days. I'm just saying be prepared, because I've seen a lot of people that suddenly post their portfolio performances. Usually when that happens, that's because we've had plenty of green days. Now, me personally, my portfolio is reaching all-time highs each and every day, which is great. But I know very well that a big red day or a sequence of red days could definitely destroy that short-term performance. For example, Rocket Lab, I'm up 100%, over 100% already on that position. So congrats, by the way, to all the Rocket Lab holders. I think we're still early, but hey, it does feel good. Anyways, in this video, we're going to go over some Tesla numbers, some comments from some analysts, and then the 1010 event. Like, subscribe, do all of that, would really appreciate it. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. And so if we look at the Tesla weekly insurance numbers out of China, that number came in at 13,800. Yes, it's down week over week, but still higher than last year. And as you can see right here, last year, week 39, week 40, week 41, even 42 were pretty weak because, of course, the Model 3 refresh, which is also why we have seen 2024 catch up to 2023, and now we're actually up by 2%. And at the current pace, I do expect us to beat the 2023 numbers from China quite comfortably. Now, looking at the model mix here, Model Y, Model 3, we can see that Model 3 has picked up a little bit week over week, and Model Y has come down. Now, looking at sales figures from Europe, this is not including France and Germany, by the way, which we know are two big markets for Tesla, and those are not doing quite well. But for all the others, the others that are included here, which are the UK, Norway, Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Czech Republic, and Iceland, we're actually up 29.4% week over week. And with those same countries, year-to-date sales are at 9.9%, or are up 9.9% compared to the same period last year. So there are definitely some countries that are doing better in 2024 than the others. But of course, the biggest ones, the Germanys and the France, or Germany and France maybe, that's better, they are not doing well. Looking at the United States, EV sales now make up nearly 9% of all auto sales in the United States. And as you can see, in Q3, the estimated year-over-year sales increase is expected to be 8%. So I guess things aren't as bad. Now, moving on to some analyst commentary here from Adam Jonas, Morgan Stanley, on Elon Musk AI spending. The Muskonomy is spending the market caps of Rivian and Lucid combined on AI this year alone. Tesla intends to spend at least $10 billion on AI in 2024 on several compute projects. The supercluster in Austin plans to house 50,000 H100 GPUs and 20,000 of Tesla's own D1 chip, which is Dojo, an inference computer, and Dojo. Their most recent Q2 2024 10Q showed $2.6 billion of computer equipment, hardware, and software PPE, $2.5 billion of AI infrastructure PPE, and nearly $7 billion of construction in progress, primarily relating to AI-related assets, squaring with the $10 billion projection. Of the $10 billion, Musk estimated spending $5 billion on internal development, $3 to $4 billion on NVIDIA GPUs alone, and the rest on residual infrastructure, not to mention XAI and its own $10 billion spent by end of 2024 on the Colossus supercluster. So yeah, definitely a lot of AI spending. And as you can see, NVIDIA is getting quite a lot of that money. He then also talks about interest rates. So there's only so much interest rates can do to address unaffordability we highlighted earlier in the state of US auto and credit affordability. We expect to see the trend in higher incentives, including deteriorating vehicle mix, as important to attract that marginal auto consumer. I mean, it's a bit early, right, to make these types of conclusions. Interest rates are still high despite the recent cut and despite the upcoming cut as well. Interest rates are still high. So it will take some time until we get back to lower rates pre-pandemic or, well, close to pandemic level rates. I think then you can make your conclusion. But I agree. It's not the only thing that will help. Then moving on to Dan Ives and the deliveries, the estimated deliveries. So he believes that Tesla will beat the street's 462,000 unit delivery bogey with whisper numbers around the 465,000, 470,000 range. We could see an over 470,000 number on the heels of strong China demand this quarter. After a bumpy first half for Tesla, we see a much stronger second half ahead being led by China. Fire emoji, trophy, bull, popcorn. So I do agree. Actually, I do agree with Dan Ives. I think that China is helping Tesla a lot. And I also think that the numbers out of the United States will not be as bad as what people think. So yeah, I think Q3 will, I think actually not just Q3, I think the second half of the fiscal year is going to be looking quite good for Tesla, or well, at least much better than the first half, but then again, that's not really that difficult. Then moving on to Piper Sandler analyst Alex Potter, he has raised his Tesla price target to $310 from $300, keeping an overweight rating. The firm increased Q3 and fiscal 2024 delivery estimates for Tesla after reviewing intra-quarter sales data. Piper now models 459,000 deliveries for Q3 and 1.75 million units for fiscal 2024. Q3 seems likely to be Tesla's best quarter ever, and although European sales are weak, Cybertruck deliveries are supporting demand in the United States. The firm cited higher estimates for the price target bump. So here you have Piper Sandler saying 459,000 deliveries, and Dan Ives thinks it's going to be over 470,000. So interesting. I think they'll beat on deliveries, but that's probably baked in already, I would assume. We've talked about the Tesla stock that has gone up by quite a lot in the last couple of weeks and months. Based on what? Probably based on the anticipation that they'll beat on deliveries, that margins might have bottomed, that Cybertruck is ramping up quite comfortably and margins are getting better for that as well, plus the anticipation of the 10/10 event. So yeah, in my opinion, going into the next Tesla earnings report, there is a lot baked in. I would even say maybe priced to perfection, right? Because let's face it, it's not cheap at all. But yeah, the 10/10 event better not disappoint, which is why we're going to have a talk about that right now. So the invitations have been sent, and you see here we, robot, with some binary code behind it, and probably what seems like the interface for the summoning of a Robotaxi, as we've seen on some previous videos. Now the binary code here on the screen, if you want, you can put that code into OpenAI's ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, and do what it says. Now, to me, what I want to see during that event is one, of course, a working demo, right, which I think we're going to get, which is why they're doing it in the Warner Brothers Studios area. So the app, you open the app, and you basically summon that Robotaxi. It comes and it gets you. That's one thing. Then, well, of course, we're going to see the prototype, which means the design for the car. Hopefully, maybe even cars, maybe a van of some sorts. Do I think that they will show us the next generation vehicle, maybe the compact vehicle? I don't think so, because that's not the event for that. Plus, if they're going to announce it in October, but it's only going to be available, let's say, in May or in June of 2025, I think it might hurt Model 3 and Model Y sales. I don't think. I know it will. So yeah, that's not something I'm expecting, but hey, if they do, then okay, fine. And maybe they'll even launch it sooner. That's even better. And then, of course, because of the picture right here with a sort of an eye or something like that, plus it says We Robot, I am expecting an update on Optimus. And it's probably going to be a big update if they show us, because remember, the event was supposed to be in August. The reason why it's delayed is because they wanted to work on something extra and show us even more. So they raised the bar, they raised the expectation, and they have to deliver. Previous Tesla events, of course, the market was always disappointed. Let's face it, even if what was mentioned during the event was a pretty big deal, the market seemed to be disappointed again and again and again. So hopefully this time they do shock the world. They do shock the world. So those are the expectations. Oh, and I do want to see miles per intervention, some data on that, because we've been hearing about this stuff for quite a while, and yet they did not provide any data, any up-to-date data. So I'd like to see some of that during that event. Of course, I'll probably do a live stream, maybe here or maybe on Amit's channel. We'll see, probably on Amit's channel. So yeah, that's my expectations. Do share yours down in the comment section below. And also, I don't know, would you be betting money on the stock going up or down after the event? Let me know down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, do all of that, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.